All right, welcome back to the Are You Ready section of Algebra 1B Credit 5. We're going to be going over solving two-step equations, or two-step inequalities, I should say. The first example is written out for you. So here you'll see the first thing that people do is they do the opposite of a positive 11, and they subtract 11 to both sides. They then bring down the negative 7t and the inequality symbol. Go ahead and subtract that. Pause here if you need to. And that would be 56. What's the opposite of multiplying? Dividing, right? So we're going to divide both sides by that negative 7. And we're left with 56 divided by negative 7. Now this is important because we are dealing with inequalities. Did you divide by a negative? If so, well, we did, right? Negative 7. We are actually going to switch that symbol around so that it's no longer a less than symbol, it's a greater than symbol. And 56 divided by negative 7 would be negative 8. All right, let's go along to the next one that they ask us to do on our own. So opposite of a positive 23 would be negative 23. The next thing we'll do is do the 41 take away 23, which is 18. And the opposite of multiplying would be dividing. So we'll go ahead and do that. And again, the 9s will cancel out. And did we divide by a negative? No. So that means P will be less than, so we're going to keep that symbol the same, less than 18 divided by 9, which would be 2. Let's continue on to number 8. Again, pause here if you need to, but I'll be going over those problems shortly. And that would be the opposite of a negative 16, which is positive 16. Those cancel out, and I'm left with negative 6w greater than or equal to 60. What's the opposite of multiplying? Dividing. And then when we divide, did we divide by a negative? Yes, we did. So we are going to switch our symbol around, and 60 divided by negative 6 would be negative 10. Last but not least, for our inequality practice, what is the opposite of a positive 12? Negative 12. And that would cancel out. I'd have v divided by 3 greater than or equal to negative 5. What's the opposite of dividing? Multiplying. So multiply both sides. Those 3's will cancel. And I'm left with v. Did we divide or multiply by a negative? Well, that 3 that we have here is not negative, and neither is this 3. So we're going to keep the symbol the same, the greater than symbol, and let's go ahead and figure out what that would be. Negative 15. All right, the last Are You Ready is going over constant rate of change. That's something we're going to go over in this credit. So we're going to see if each rate of change is constant. First thing we're going to do to determine that is, this is a problem already done for you, but notice how they keep adding 1 each time to the top row, and they keep adding 45 to this row. So the rate of change is constant. The bottom label, which is number of hours, top label is the miles. So that'd be 45 over 1, which is our rate of change. Let's try and figure out what the rate of change is for our constant for age and weight. So on here, again, pause if you need to, if you want to try this out, but let's see if I keep going up by. Now, a lot of students are saying, well, how do I know that it's going up by a constant number? So what would 6 take away 3 be? 3, right? How about 9 take away 6? 3 as well. How about 12 take away 9? So that seems constant. Let's try the next row. So 12 to 16. What would that be? 4. How about 18 take away 16? Oh, that's a 2, and that would be 2 as well. So it's not constant, so the rate of change is not constant. So how about here? Let's see what that would be. From 2 to 4, from 4 to 6, from 6 to 8, again constant, but let's see what the bottom row is also constant. So that would be 32, take away 16, which would be about 16. 48, take away 32, which would be 16 as well. And 64, take away 48, which would be 16 as well. So this rate of change is constant, and our rate of change would be the amount of pay over the number of hours, which is about 16 over 2. All right. So in the next video, we're going to start solving nonlinear systems. I'll see you on the next video to go over the first lesson of this packet.